John 3:16. John 3:16. What we went over with the brother, we are the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
These people, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we make up the 12 tribes of Israel. We are the ones that God warned and said, if you don't keep my commandments, I'm going to punish you in many different ways. Now today, God put this understanding back on the earth. Now we know who we are and why we're going through what we're going through. And now we know what to do to get in the kingdom. We can't just sit around and raise our hands and say we got faith to a white guy. They taught us that. That's foolishness. If I'm a killer, how in the hell am I going to go to church every Sunday, which is not the Sabbath, and go, forgive me, Lord, and then I leave and shoot another nigga?
Bring it out.
God said don't kill. He didn't say, I forgive all, do what you want to do. You washed and saved. He said change. John 3:16.
Book of John, chapter 3, verse 16. For God so loved the world.
One would think that's everybody. God so loves the world. Do you realize these was letters before it was put in the book? If I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, and I got children from the tribe of Judah, and I got a people from the tribe of Judah, I need them to tighten up. I'm going to write a letter through the inspiration of God. Who you think I'm going to hand the letter to when I'm done writing? I got a race of people, right? So you think I would write commandments from God and take that letter and walk past my people in poverty and hand the letter to a white man? Does that make sense? All of these people are related, all the way from Moses all the way up to John to Revelations. All these the same people. They was writing letters to their people. Read.
That he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish.
He said two things. This message is for the world, and this message is for whosoever will listen. So, let's read it from the top again real quick.
For God so loved the world.
Let's start with that. It said, for God so loved the world. We're going to go to the Old Testament. Isaiah 45:17. The New Testament prophets, those are the children of the Old Testament prophets. A father passes down knowledge to children. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John have the books of their father. They're reading from the Old Testament. I'm going to show you why the Bible, what John said, God so loved the world, or what Christ said. Read Isaiah, Old Testament.
But Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded. World without end.
What?
World without end.
That's in the Old Testament. That's a prophecy. And Israel shall be saved with an everlasting salvation. They shall not be ashamed. World without end.
Right.
That's what God called the Israelites. A world without end. When you read John 3:16, you got to read the whole chapter. Nicodemus, a Jew, he came to Jesus. He wanted to know, he believed that was the Messiah. And they conversed together. So Jesus basically was telling them history. Israel shall be saved with the everlasting salvation. They are my world without an end. Read John 3:16 again from the top.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son.
So God so loved the Israelites, who we call this world, that's who he gave his only begotten Son for. Read.
That whosoever believeth on him.
Whosoever. Once again, we're going to get tied up. God so loved the world. God calls the Israelites his world. Then it says that whosoever. Now he go to other nations. See? Anybody, whosoever. Once again, this is a letter written to my people. I'm giving the letter to my people. So now we're going to see who the whosoever is. I like Acts chapter 2. That's where you at. Read.
Look at Acts chapter 2, verse 21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever.
There's the whosoever. This is in the book of Acts. Christ has already came, did his thing, died and risen. He left the apostles with his knowledge. Let's see what they're saying after Christ is gone. Read again from the top.
And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Ye men of Israel.
You men of Israel. That's who the message is for. Whosoever shall call on his name. You men of Israel.
Right.
Read it again from the top. 21.
And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Ye men of Israel, hear these words. Jesus of Nazareth, a man approved of God among you.
You men of Israel, a word approved of God among you. Read.
By miracles, wonders, and signs, which God did by him in the midst of you.
Miracles and signs he did in the midst of you. When he showed up, he did it for you. John 18:20. And then we're going to show you the history of John 3:16. We're just showing you what he means when he say world and what he means when he say whosoever.
Right.
Oh, did that make sense? Last scripture. Last scripture. Read it.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Look at John chapter 18 verse 20.
This is Christ speaking. Read.
Jesus answered him, I spake openly to the world.
Christ said, I spoke openly to the world. Who did the Old Testament say the world was? Isaiah said the world was who? And Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. They shall not be ashamed nor confounded. World without end. Last scripture for real. Deuteronomy 7:3.
Bring it up.
Deuteronomy 7:3 real quick. Y'all see that? Deuteronomy 7:3 real quick. This is the last one for real. For real, for real. Read.
This book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
So the Bible is directed to the Israelites. When you read verse 1 and 1, he says, these be the words Moses spoke to Israel. What did he tell us not to do? Read.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Don't make marriages with the other nations. Read.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
The daughter we shall not give to their sons. My Israelite daughter, she cannot marry another nation. She cannot marry no white boy. She cannot be in a relationship with no Chinese, white boy, nobody else. We're supposed to be exclusive. How else can we raise our nation up if you marry the other nations or make a baby? That baby ain't our nation no more. So our nation is decreasing as they increase. We got to increase our nation. So don't make marriages with the other nations. Read.
Thou shalt not give unto his son, nor thy daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Read.
For they will turn away thy son from following me.
For they will turn you away from following God. You know, they celebrate Christmas, Easter, birthdays. God told us don't do it. You marry a white boy, what you think he gonna teach you? You think if you tell him to put that Christmas tree down, my God said don't do it, you think he gonna do it? His God said celebrate Christmas. His God said do birthdays. That's why God said don't marry them. They're taking you away from your culture. You think a white boy gonna tell you Jesus black when the Bible say he black? No. So you can't make marriages with them. So I don't know who that was. I saw. Hey, Proverbs 11:21. Proverbs 11:21. All right, read aloud. Proverbs 11:21. We know what friends mean. Read.
Book of Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 21. Though hand join in hand.
Though hand join in hand with your friend, read.
The wicked shall not be unpunished.
They still gonna get punished. So why make friends with them? When they get punished, you might want to let his hand go and back up. Unless you catch that punishment too. Deal with your own kind.
Oh, we're going there. Come on.
How y'all doing?
Wait, can I tell you something?
Yeah. What you got? What you got?
That's my name right there.
Israel? That's your name? All praises. Let me see something over here. What would y'all father be? Which nationality would your father fall on? Your last name Israel or your first name? That's a great name. You know what that name means? It means a prince that has power with God.
That's right.
That's what your name means for real. Don't ever forget it. A prince that has power with God. God dealing directly with you.
Right.
So what would your father be? Would he be black, Jamaican, Haitian, Puerto Rican, Cuban, Dominican? Puerto Rican. You come from the mighty tribe of Ephraim.
That's right.
You an Israelite from the tribe of Ephraim. Don't forget that. Don't ever forget that. Hey, Levi, you leaving? Levi, where you going? Hey, you believe we got to celebrate Christmas? I heard him. I'm going to get on that too. What's the day? I mean, what day of the week? Is it Sunday? Is it Saturday? What is it?
Sunday.
It's Sunday?
No, Saturday.
It's Saturday. We're going to show you something about Saturday and something your God told you not to do on Saturday.
Bring it out.
Because we got snacks. I just gave you some water. We got snacks over here. You ain't got to buy none today. I'm going to show you something God told us not to do today. Yeah, Exodus 20:8 first. Yep. We're going to show you what day is the Sabbath day. The Sabbath day is a day God commands us. It's mandatory for us to get together, worship, and do what we're supposed to do what he say every day.
Right.
But there's rules on the Sabbath day and stuff we ain't supposed to do. Read.
Look at Exodus chapter 20 verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
God said, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Keeping it holy means to do the other rules that I need you to do on the Sabbath. What's the first day of the week?
Monday.
Nope. First day of the week, if you look on the calendar, and you say you got a cell phone, right? You get home, look on your cell phone, it'll show you the first day of the week is Sunday. Sunday is the first day of the week.
Right.
Read from the top again.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
6 days, do everything you got to do. Buy whatever you want. From Sunday to Friday, that's 6 days. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is 6 days. Sunday's the first day of the week. Read.
But the seventh day,
what day is left? After you count from Sunday to Friday, what day is left?
Sunday to Saturday.
Saturday. He says, but the seventh day
is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
So what's today?
Saturday.
What is it called?
I forgot.
Read it from the top
Write
again.
down.
Remember the Sabbath day.
To keep it holy.
Listen.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
So what is Saturday called?
Holy. Holy.
But the seventh day
Listen.
is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
It's called what?
The Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
So what's Saturday really?
The Sabbath.
It's called a Sabbath.
That's right.
Saturday is the Sabbath of the Lord. Give me Nehemiah 10:31. I'm gonna show you something God told us not to do on the Sabbath day. That's why we got water provided for you, so you wouldn't have to buy nothing. How you doing, sir? Yeah, read that.
Look at Nehemiah chapter 10 and verse 31.
Listen.
And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the
So if the people in the land bring any ware, W-A-R-E, that's merchandise, stuff to sell, or any victuals. Victuals is food. You listening, Levi? Where is merchandise? Victuals is food. I'm bringing it to you to sell it to you. Read it from the top again.
And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell,
And bring any of that on the Sabbath day to sell it, what we gonna do? Read.
that we will not buy it of them on the Sabbath,
That we won't buy it of them on the Sabbath. That was the whole thing? Read.
or on the holy day, and that we will leave the seventh. That's it.
Meaning, on the Sabbath day, we ain't supposed to do what?
Buy nothing.
See, you got it. We ain't supposed to buy nothing. That's why we stopped you, because you said you was going to go to the store and buy something. But you an Israelite. Israelites on the Sabbath day, which is Saturday, we ain't supposed to buy nothing on the Sabbath day.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.